say, I was thanking God, and I got to the point where I'm saying thank you for the thoughts of you, God. And it occurs to me that obviously they're his thoughts of him, and I have the view to know that perhaps all thoughts come from him, and we access according to our personhood, our values, to the words we use and the thoughts we have accordingly. And I thought, this is my confirmation of him, that I should think such things. If I think, just for instance, logically, if I think of me as before 24 years of age, no way would I have had these thoughts. And no way would such thoughts come into my mind to thank God. I mean, it's just, I was worlds apart from it, so to speak. Just, the whole notion of God was, make-believe. I don't have anything to do with that. I'm a realist, and it's logic and reasoning that is our salvation. It's not, of course. Man's used logic and reasoning for thousands of years, and history doesn't change. Superficially it does, but in terms of good and bad, it seems to be much of a muchness. There are the incredibly rich that don't seem to care about the incredibly large number of poor in the world. There's one form of life doesn't seem to have much compassion for others. Other forms of life in particular, if not their own stock even. And then there are some wonderful exceptions. There's good and there's bad. You see, it's been the same. As far as I assume, for thousands of years. Perhaps it was always such. Don't know, if we look at animals, how do they behave? Sometimes it's very unlovingly, fierce and violent. Sometimes very helpful and caring. Has things changed? No. Where was I? The fact that I'm thinking of God is the confirmation of his presence. There's no way I would have thought of God in my youth. Isn't that amazing? And now I do. Wow. The fact that I'm thinking of God is somehow, to me, the proof of God. Or is it simply encouragement that helps me to continue to trust accordingly? Whatever it is, it's encouraging, and that's the main thing. For a thing that seems to be truth can be found not to be in the future, but that I trusted, if I did, is still so. Can one keep up trust into the future? Not sure as I can answer that. But the more we trust, the more we're in the habit of trusting, and the more we see the consequence of trusting. And I suppose you could be presented with a string of so much harm and bad that you lose trust. Oh, God forbid. For to lose trust is hell. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And certainly not myself. We're not a wonderful example of how to be a wonderful child. And that's not important with our God. What's important to him is that we are his child. He's chosen to create us and love and care for us and sustain us. And I don't think he's going to change. In that sense, I see my God as unchanging. I trust he's unchanging in that regard. And I find my trust is incredibly rewarded. And I think you will find that too. Taste and see. Thank God for everything. You can't do it? Thank God for everything you can think of that's good. He'll soon extend it. Or you'll be so busy finding more that's good you won't need to. The Lord bless you, and I'm sure he does. Thank you, Heavenly